Hi, my name's Andrew. I'm 63 years old and I live in an apartment in the UK with my wife. Getting a diagnosis for systemic mastocytosis for me was pure luck. I was then referred to nearly every department in the hospital to get everything checked, because once you get diagnosed with SM, it affects everything. At the time, it turned out that it was only, the GI and the respiratory and the skin that were causing the major problems, and the osteopenia and the pain. So I was treated symptomatically at that stage. You look back at all these things and you think, where on earth did they come from at the time? But when you see them from the perspective of mast cell disease, you can see that these are really precursors, because the fact of the matter is they're all driven by mast cell activation. The final diagnosis for the aggressive systemic mastocytosis was given to me in January 2017. It was relief, because finally somebody had actually been able to pin a name, pin a condition on all of the host of problems that I've been suffering from for so many years. Even though you can initially be treated for the symptoms that you've experienced through life as they've developed, what you find later on very often is that they get worse and worse. And nobody really wants to take these issues seriously, because you're already on treatment for the disease. Plus you can get additional problems, the skin problems, the itching, the rashes. You end up being locked in. You know that if you go and eat certain foods, you're not going to be able to keep them. All of these problems accumulate to the point that life becomes very difficult. When you reach a point where people are starting to think you're a bit neurotic about this, you don't go back anymore, and then you get helpless because you don't know what to do. That's really where the mental issues start to come in, because there's no way, you can't see a way forward out of this. I got involved with the UK support group, and through that realised that there were a lot of people struggling with these conditions, and that led me to want to be a bit more open, a bit more upfront, and to start to explain to people the challenges that I'd faced, to help them with their thinking and managing the disease for themselves. It's all about talking this through. There's no other way to do it other than talking it through, and understanding that actually it's not the end of life as it's always been, but it's the beginning of a new life. A good day for me is a day when I'm able to do things. I know it sounds a bit silly, but even something as simple as going out for a meal can be quite a success for me. We are back to taking holidays. That's been a huge win for us as a family. So my words of encouragement for somebody facing a diagnosis of SM would be that you can still live, that you can still do things. Yes, it's limited. Yes, there are challenges with it. Yes, you have to plan more. Yes, it might hurt a bit. Yes, you might be really tired and crushed by the time you finish doing it. But don't stop doing it. It's not going to be cured quickly. The symptoms are going to be there regardless. But if you can see a way around those symptoms, and you can look at things beyond them, and look at things that you can still enjoy doing, even with those symptoms, then you've got a cause to be grateful. It's not an easy disease to live with, and it's not an easy disease for people who live with people with it to understand and to live with day by day either. So support is what people need.